Alright, this is John's World video. I haven't made one for a while, and I'm out here in my yard, and it's a nice quiet night. I said I was going to talk about how low people will go to put a target on my or my family's back. You know, we all know the target that happened with the restraining orders and the mayor here in Bellmont. You know, and I call out the Good Old Boys Club, and they know who they are and they know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, I haven't made one for a while. I wasn't going to make this one. I thought the situation was squished, I guess you could say. Apparently it's not, from, you know, what I heard this past weekend. And so I'm just going to call them out. So let me begin by saying on Friday the 13th, the local business owner accused my 9-year-old kid of criminal property damage while he was waiting on the bus for school on Friday the 13th. The school bus stop is on Main Street, right at the stop sign. One of the only stop signs on Main Street in Bellmont where you turn left there. That's where the bus picks up all the kids. Some of the parents, you know, they park alongside the road, public road, you know, where there's a pull off. And some of the kids, you know, walk down there. I was a big advocate while I was on the city board for leaving the school bus building there. That way kids had a place to meet, you know, conjugate till the bus gets there, hang out, whatever, you know. Sadly, that was voted down. So, it's whatever. So, the reason I'm making this video is so, you know, I can point out how low the Good Old Boys Club and people can go here in this town. To paint a target on my back, another target on my back, and that's fine. You know, I'll take that target. I'll take it. But one thing you will not do is you will not put a target on my kid's back. You won't, because I'll take those lumps and I'll take them bruises as a dad. So here's what the video is about. Friday the 13th, the local business owner, Brad Walling, has 2 buildings on Main Street in Bellmont where the kids meet for the bus. You know, right on a public street. When the bus got there, he told the bus driver that my kid, the King kid, which I have evidence, and I will post it down in the comments, that he said the King kid, you know, is causing criminal damage to his property. Everybody knows my wife waits down there every morning with my kid, and I do with my kid, and watch him get on the bus, you know, when that bus gets there. Till that bus gets there, until he gets on the bus, we sit there with him in the car. So, you know, he told the bus driver that Friday the 13th morning, Friday the 13th afternoon, we get a visit from the sheriff's office. And this is the first time we heard of it so far, right? When the sheriff comes to visit us, and he's a good dude, he's doing his job, you know, and we talk. So he tells us what's going on. He had reports of you know, criminal damage to that guy's property uptown, and everybody knows me, and about, you know, personal property, private property. You don't mess in nobody's private property whatsoever unless you have consent of the property owner, right? You know, that's just a basic thing everybody should know. Not everybody knows it. So that afternoon we get the visit from, you know, the deputy and stuff, and we said, all right, well, we informed him, you know, he sits in the car or whatever. They did his job. So the following Monday, me and my wife, we go up to and talk to the principal of my kid's school, you know, about this incident. It involved law enforcement, involved accusations. We wanted to know what was going on. You know, like any parent should, you know, should have a right to go up there and ask. So we talked to the principal, and she was a real nice lady, absolute, you know, awesome lady. So, and she wasn't notified of this happening. You know, my kid's school, my kid gets singled out, the King kid. Well, I guess what happened was, and you'll see it in the email, in the comments, is that you know, Brad Falsley accused my kid. The bus driver kind of yelled at him. No kids were supposed to be singled out, but it was the King kid. You know, the sheriff came to our house. So me and my wife, we set up a meeting with the school bus driver, Pat Johnson, School Bus 24, and the transportation director, the guidance counselor, and my kid's principal. So we all had this meeting, and the bus driver apologized. The transportation department, who's over that on the school buses, she apologized. We all talked to that. Everything was good. It's good. My kid's back on the bus. After we took him off for a little bit, my kid's back on the bus. That's cool, man. We took the proper procedures. We all squished it like adults. Cool. And I wasn't going to make this video after that until I heard this Friday that this business owner, Brad Walling, that likes to falsely accuse kids, telling the bus driver to tell these parents up here in Bellmont on Main Street on a public street that they can't park in front of his building because he can't get in and out of his job or building or whatever company. And let me show you, because I looked up 400 pages of Wabash County District 348 policies on their website. And any parent can look them up, and I hope you do. That a bus driver don't have authority to tell anybody anywhere they can park on any public street. Neither does a mayor. So she needs to quit it for this, this business owner. I know she's known him for a long time. She admitted that, it's a little community. We've known a lot of each other for a long time. So these are just a few of the policies that I took to the meeting with this bus driver and the principal and everybody, and thought we squished. But now she's out here telling parents where they can and can't park on a public street. That's the biggest thing. I thought you learned. Your job, Pat Johnson of Bus 24, Wabash County District 348, is to make sure them kids get safely on the bus, get to school safely, get back home safely. And I put my trust in you to get my kid to do that. And anything, you should be sticking up for these parents and kids on this street. For real. And I know you're an alright bus driver. I don't know. I never rode your bus. But I grew up in Bellmont. I've rode a bus every day since I was in school from here to Mount Carmel. So there ain't really nothing short that anybody really knows. But I know you don't have authority to tell people where you can and can't park. And I know this business owner can't tell people where they can and can't park and where they can and can't stand. Because it's public property. It's not private property. The sidewalk all the way out to the road is public property. I don't know why people in America don't understand or comprehend this, what is public and what is private. Now let me show you on Google Maps what I mean. Okay, this is Google Maps. See this building right here? That is the business Brad Walling's building. Okay. This right here on Main Street in Bellmont by the stop sign is public property. Say it with me, public property. This is public property. And think about it as a sidewalk, sidewalk up here, that's all public property. People can walk, stand, park, for short periods of time or whatever. This is all Main Street right here in Bellmont. Here's the railroad tracks. You come into Bellmont and you go up here and here. Now, people park, parents, including, my wife, my family members, whoever picking up my child or dropping him off, parks right along this street right here, beside that building. Now, this business owner that falsely accused my kid thinks he could tell people if they could park in this public parking space or side road right here, And the bus driver, apparently, I thought she learned when he had that meeting, to say sorry to my kid for falsely accusing him along with the fucking business owner. Now she thinks she could tell parents, because my kid witnesses also, she thinks she could tell people where to park. Guess what? Guess what? I looked up all the policies, and you don't have any authority, Pat Johnson, Bus 24, to tell the public and parents where to park at the bus stop in the mornings on a public street. The business owner does not own a public street. And he does not have the right or the authority or the privilege to tell any parent or any citizen where he can and can't park at. If it's blocking his building, believe me, he has a door over here and a door back here. I know because my daddy used to own one of the buildings and have a grocery store there. And I thought this was all done. Pat Johnson, stay in your lane. That lane is to get my kid there and back safely. And Brad Walling, falsely accusing my king kid boy, I got the target on my back. Come throw it at me, bud. Because you stooping down to pick on my kid is low. Very low. You stay away from my kid. And you stop making false accusations as a business owner. Because I'm done playing.